Candy.com is like working in a candy factory and having the keys. We've been compared to Willy Wonka and a few others. If you've ever had it as a kid, you can get it from us as an adult. We have 60,000 square feet here and it is stocked and the inventory is constantly moving. We're doing a few thousand orders a day into this system, and if we don't ship the orders out in the same rate we're getting them in or higher, then we end up with a backlog. One of the most important things that a company needs to consider to run an operation as lean as we do is making sure you understand the data trends. If you understand the data, you can respond, you can react, you know when there's an issue, you know when things are running smoothly. If you ignore the data is going to sneak up on you and you're going to be out of runway at that point to respond to it. Before iCharts came along, I was spending easily 2 to 3 hours a week just pulling data. We would run saved searches inside a NetSuite and manually extract the data and put it into an Excel file. And then we took that file and put it into an email and forwarded it to the team. Our data comes in all day long. So for us to try to do a daily analysis of what's going on at noon may not be sufficient because we know we haven't received one of the large chunks of data that's supposed to come in. Because of that, we were spending a lot of time with our staff not understanding what was going on and understanding why we were behind. And we had to force overtime and weekends. You need to have the ability to pick up the patterns, know when you're going to need the staffing, and make sure that if you are lean, you still have the bare minimum to get through. iCharts is a solution that allows us to visually represent all the data that resides in NetSuite. The data is all real-time. Having a tool in place that gives us real-time data and feedback allows us to optimize our operations. We actually created portals for the warehouse, for the finance team, for the management team, just for data trends with the IT team. And we released just those portals to the people that need to have access to them. Our number one usage is actually in the warehouse. The presentation goes and rotates through, refreshing real-time data through all the reports that are pertinent to what needs to be done in the warehouse. Management also uses it to go through the data trends. Once we were able to replace the manual effort with the data trend report, we have better responsiveness. We don't have staff sitting around with no orders to ship. We don't have too many orders without enough staff on hand. So the savings just in the wages alone has been substantial since we put iCharts in place. I spend maybe a day a month creating some new reports and tweaking them and sending them out, because in that one day I can create 3 or 4 brand new reports and publish them to production. You need to know your data and know how to report on your data. And I don't think I've ever worked with a package stronger than iCharts that allowed for reporting and real-time information. And if you're going to go with NetSuite, you really want to look at iCharts as well because it's incomplete without it. We have been able to keep our staffing during the week, during the standard hours, to keep our shipping up to date. But our staff now has a better balance. They're not asked to work late. They're not asked to come in on weekends. They're able to get their job done during the hours they're scheduled to get it done. It's made for a much better environment. There's less stress, there's less firefighting. We're now proactive rather than being reactive. I would strongly recommend iCharts as an add-on to NetSuite. I don't understand how we ever survived without it beforehand.